Boom.
Oh, like I was back on the strip.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Wednesday Hangouts. It's Russ and Zach and Bob and Scott. Eventually, I think he's changing games right now.
Yeah, he's live
getting
over there.
engaged?
I was watching him. Yeah.
Yes, Scott's very engaging when he's on other people's podcasts. So yes,
Vegas changed the man. Bob came back with a beard. He's rough and tumble.
Yeah, I actually, that's where I started growing it, didn't I?
it's nice to see I'm not the only gray guy.
Yeah,
but you always wear a hat, so you never really see that. But like the facial hair, like that's where most of my gray shows up. I got the temples going on, and then just like
that's where all of my gray shows up, Russ, because the rest of it doesn't come in.
It's clear.
This is, I don't think I have time to shave. Look.
Yeah.
It's
overrated. You just roll with it.
Look. Yeah.
I do have to shave the neck, though. The neck has to shave.
Yeah.
Like, I can leave the beard part, but I have to trim at the jawline. Otherwise, I'll be itchy in 3 days.
I don't
That's
do
fair.
Yeah.
So it is Wednesday, and I read something or heard something today that blew my mind a little bit. So I heard a long time ago at this point that not everyone has an inner monologue. So like you don't actually hear words in your head as you think through things, which destroys my brain in the first place, because how do you have anxiety if you can't overthink things like that? Or am I just the lucky one? But what I heard today was that when people are reading like a book, they're not actually in their head reading the words out loud. Like I read insanely slow because I sit there and I just donate. Jordan, like in the words in my head read the words. So like I can't read faster than I can read out loud, because that's how fast my brain moves. But then like I understand that like when people are speed reading, they're not really doing it, but I figured that was something different. I figured that was like crazy people. But no, apparently like everyone just doesn't like they don't like hear words when they're reading.
I don't think I've ever thought about it, Russ. Like that, like that's a really interesting. Like that's not. I maybe I'm not self-aware enough, but like I don't have an inner monologue, like what you're saying. I kind of have, like filing cabinets in my head.
Okay.
And that like that's how I process things, and like I'll also think like way ahead. So you and my wife is very similar to the way you process, where like you guys are doing everything all at once, like in the moment, and there's just like it's like thinking about it, second guessing it, third guessing it, like all in that same moment, trying to make a decision. Where like I've already done that, but it was 3 months ago. And so then it looks like I'm making a quick decision. And I've already got it in my filing cabinet. And I just go, boop, here it is.
Oh, see, yeah. Like your wife and I are more like piles of paper on the floor that we're digging through at any given moment.
Yeah. And I find that fascinating. And I mean, a part of that is probably like attention deficit, but like it's so tied to empaths, like, and so many of the people that I gravitate towards, so many of my friends are really empathetic, really feel all of the feelings, and that's not how my brain works either. And so like for me it's fascinating, but it's also the piece that I don't have. And so it like you complete me, Russ. Yeah.
But you're sitting here saying that, I'm sitting here thinking like, of course Zach doesn't think of you know, of course he doesn't hear the words of words. That's what I do. That's what my thing is. And like, I'm sitting here like spiraling in my head, like, you know, these people don't get to have to hear themselves. Like, who wants to hear themselves?
But I think
rattle
I read
on and on over and over. Like,
I think I read that way, but it's like when you listen to a podcast on like 2 times speed.
mm-hmm.
But like I'm when I read, I hear I don't know if it's me, but like it's whatever voice I have in my head. Like I'm reading it and hearing it and picturing it like all the same time, but very fast.
Yeah, see, I can't process very fast. That's the thing. Because I guess really at some point I hit a spot where it's like, this is as fast as I talk and this is as fast as I can read. So this is really as fast as I will ever be able to read, even if I'm reading to myself, because I still do this in my head while I'm reading.
And for me, like I notice when I read, because I read to the boys out loud a lot, and I can like turn a page like half a page in advance because I've already read, like, and I'll keep reading out loud, but I've already got that part, so I can go to the next. So I notice myself doing that sometimes when like, and that's a weird thing when you're self-aware while you're doing something else is an interesting feeling. But like that's I get ahead of myself reading. Like I read faster than I can read out loud. And so like I've already read this part, even though I haven't caught up to it out loud, if that makes sense.
Well, first of all, hello, Dame. Hello, Scampers. But also, Florkilla, what about when you read a novel and it's got a really strange name and you aren't sure how to pronounce it? Do you stop?
Just call him Bob.
I just get as close as it. Like, what? Harry Potter. Like, no American knew how to pronounce Hermione before the movies came out, right? Like, I absolutely would have been reading Hermione. Hermione.
H dog.
Yeah, Heather. Heather was doing.
Was I speaking out loud?
Scott,
what's going on?
You changed some games out there?
I did change some games. It's right here on the other computer. I'll switch her up in just a second here. How's everyone doing tonight? That was a great show, by the way. You should go back and watch it on YouTube. We had a lot of fun. I told multiple stories, including at least 1 or 2 I've never told before.
Ooh.
So, or I can just rehash them on this show when we run out of stuff to say.
Make them go watch the Game Changers.
Yes, go watch the Game Changers interview. It was a really good time talking to Carla. I'm gonna try to get on the StreamYard here. So,
do you ever judge a book on its cover, like a literal book? Yes, I absolutely do. Same thing with movies. Yeah,
I think literal books, absolutely.
I'm so bad. Like I binge authors, so like I don't. Like, I'm very very bad that way. Like I'll find an author that I like, and then it doesn't matter what the cover looks like. I have already pre-ordered whatever Stephen King's next book is, and whatever Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son. Yeah. I've pre-ordered both of those. I'm a sucker for
Scott.
What?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
It's really freaking me out. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, it was still open on my other computer, being annoying.
Joe Hill, not Jonah.
Not Jonah, Joe. And Jonah Hill, no, Joe Hill is fantastic. Stephen King-ish, and I hate to say that because it is his dad, but like in that vein where he'll write horror, but he can finish books, like he can end books, and I think that's one of the things that Stephen King is terrible at. Like I love his writing. He's so bad at like ending books.
His 1963 book or whatever.
Yeah.
The
11/22/63.
11/22/63. About 600 pages into that, I thought this might be one of the better books I've seen read in a long time. And the last 50 pages made it one of the worst books I had pushed myself through. Like, I was so mad at how he ended that book.
Bob, what
Hey,
happened?
Joey.
Are we still live?
Oh,
They just disappeared.
who
Who
disappeared?
I think Zach died.
Zach's there.
But yeah, but
You're seeing this too, right? Like Russ and Scott.
nope, it's Zach that was frozen and he didn't realize it.
Zach disappeared. But if Joey's here, know what that means?
What?
Did you tease it earlier? Do you know what that means if Joey's here? Am I freezing? No one's saying anything.
Trivia time? I don't know.
It's Garage
Hey.
Trivia with Joey Wright.
You're asking me to tease something I've never heard of before.
It's time for Garage Trivia with Joey Wright.
I don't. How do you do that? How do you purposely? How do you make a graphic look like that?
Beautifully.
Like, I don't get. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Oh God,
I can't
that
make a
is
graphic
funny.
like that.
Scott told me that he was not going to let you
I'm
make
sorry.
any type of a video, Bob, that he wanted to do it. And Scott,
Yeah,
you did not
he's
disappoint.
taking over. All his stuff is going to be all the fishbowl stuff is all him this year.
I think so. Just in case some people in the chat missed it, it's Garage Trivia with Joey Wright.
I mean, there's like not even a crop around the square of Joey. There's a circle, but it's not cut.
It's called having a professional graphic eye.
oh, that's so
It's talent,
funny.
Bob. It's just talent. That's all that is.
Oh gosh, how are you guys? I didn't get to say hi.
I need
What's
to
going
tell
on,
you,
Joey Wright?
I haven't said this before, but I've thought it before. Your smile in your Avi that that's part of the artwork for reminds me of like Steve Carell in 40-Year-Old Virgin poster, where it's just like that pure,
Childhood
unadulterated
innocent.
joy of a smile, where it's like he doesn't understand there are bad things in the world. You're just like,
I greatly appreciate that. That's a compliment. I'll be honest, I will tell you exactly where I got the smile from. It is a ripoff of a different movie poster. Matt Damon from The Informant. If you go look at that movie poster, you'll be like, oh, that's where Joey got his face. Because it's been a long-running joke with my friends that I look like Fat Damon. So not Matt Damon, but when Matt Damon's fat.
yeah, that's
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 it.
exactly what that is.
Yeah.
I think you pull it off better because that looks like a fake smile on Damon. It does not look like a fake smile on you.
I don't know. I was nothing but joy these days. All right, how do I present? Okay.
So I
Five
think we were
question
probably
garage
from
trivia.
garage trivia.
Whoops, I think I went to the
Yeah.
wrong thing.
We got
Whoopsies.
garage
Yep,
trivia.
I did the wrong one.
Yeah, you
It's tough.
can leave it in the back until we're done prison. Let's see.
Yeah.
I have a list of topics to talk about on the show tonight eventually. Let me get that out. Wednesday ideas. Okay. All right.
And put it down.
All right. Oh, I was gonna say, everybody get in this. Get in this. I don't think you look like Jesse Plemons.
No, that's Meth Damon. I look like Fat
Oh.
Damon, which
Oh,
is
I
Matt Damon in The Informant when he gained 30 pounds for that movie. And he has the mustache. Yeah, took a whole look. You let people just lean into what you are, you know? Don't try to be anything else. Are we doing this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me go ahead and make that.
It works if you just hold your phone up to it.
There you go. We can make it bigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make
So
it bigger.
there is a
Click on
theme
the button.
to tonight's garage trivia. About 2 weeks ago, we got a bird stuck in my garage. So tonight's theme is, in fact, birds. 5 questions.
Thumb in or thumb out?
What now?
You're disqualified for even asking that question.
Thumb in
Bob.
or thumb out?
You almost stole my last question because I was just going to take a picture of my middle finger and say, "What kind of bird is this?" But I wanted to be appropriate.
We had a discussion about this. Is this is the After Dark show, so
I'll know for future for when I do my wiener dog trivia that we can do whatever we want. So I'll remember that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, question for you, Joey, because you weren't here when we did that show.
Yeah.
About a
When you were
month
getting
ago,
a picture of the middle finger, would it be thumb out middle finger or thumb in middle finger? Would there be knuckles involved? What's your middle finger?
I'm just gonna do it naturally and to see how it is. Oh, I have a finger out. I have a thumb out.
That's wrong. You do it wrong.
Yeah.
Fist.
Out.
So
Finger out.
it's out, but it's kind of tucked.
Just
Here,
get
I'll
that-
show that part of it. Like that's the tuck.
You just shove that back in there. Just get that back in there.
Just get it in there. Okay.
Yeah, just like you're making a fist. Just.
I see.
Mel, are you seriously having trouble? We can help you out.
Yeah. So
Either go to
Is
Kahoot.
Zach back? Is Zach still having trouble? He
He's not back.
texted. No.
Go to Kahoot.it, or just if you use your QR scanner on your phone, and that'll take you right to where you need to be.
I see Frank in the chat, who has been in every trivia night. Can we do a baseball one for opening day? I apologize that I didn't even think of doing a baseball one for opening day, but I'll tell you what, my next garage trivia, maybe I'll do 10 questions about baseball, and we'll do it around opening day. Yeah, because I was a huge Atlanta Braves fan. So.
Oh, huge. What?
Tom Glavine, Maddox, and
I actually really like that. I
Maltz,
loved that. I love that.
Avery.
That team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still glad
wait.
that
Justice,
no.
Javier Lopez.
I still am. I just don't have the time to watch like I
Alomar
used to.
Jr. Yeah, that I'm still glad the Twins beat them, but
Wait, can I do this? Chipper Jones? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
He was too late. That's after.
yeah, he
Doesn't
wasn't on the
matter. I
Niners.
got a baseball
Mark
player
Lemke,
right.
Ron Gant.
Ron Gant.
Mm-hmm. Sid Bream, 92 slide. Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
Dion. A lot of David. Did anybody say David Justice yet?
Oh, how did you forget David Justice?
So handsome. So handsome. Andrew
So-
Jones. Yeah. Hot take on Andrew Jones, like best baseball player in the league for 10 years, and then just didn't do anything after those first 10 years.
Didn't even try.
But yeah,
He didn't
it's
try.
crazy. Like he had the most amazing career. Gold gloves like you wouldn't believe.
He made it look easy.
Mhm.
I mean, over the shoulder catches, like Willie Mays leg catches, and he made it look effortless.
Yeah. And it just didn't. Oh, Terry Pendleton. I have a good Terry Pendleton story. Yep, Terry Pendleton. I've seen all the names on
Terry,
there.
he was a Marlin too. I definitely
He was a
Yeah,
batting
yeah.
coach for the Braves when I used to go to spring training a lot. And it was before like dealers were still out there with like baseballs to try to like, I would go out with a backpack full of baseballs and I would come home with a bunch of Braves autographs. And I wouldn't sell them. They were just for me. And I got to a point where Terry Pendleton knew my name. And I was at a Astros Braves game and I left at like the 8th inning because I needed to get home. And I'm like, all right, Terry, I'm going to leave. And I was just kidding around. He goes, okay, see you later, Joey. And he waved to me. And I was like, that was the coolest thing ever. So, yeah, that's my Terry Pendleton story. All right. So, how many people we got in there? What do we got? 12 people? All right.
12?
Yeah. Let me know when we want to kick this off. We'll do 5 questions of garage trivia.
I think anytime is fine.
Cool. All right, let's go. All right. We're going to
Is
start it
Russ
up.
in there?
Russ is in there.
Is Bob in there?
No.
Stano. I see Stano in there. All right. Let's go, guys.
Do
So
it.
remember, tonight's theme is birds.
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 What's the word?
Mm-hmm.
Bird is the word. Bird.
3, 1, beep, beep. All right. A Costa Rican toucan named Grecia became famous for having what part of his body replaced by a 3D printed prosthesis? Is that prosthesis? I can't say that word. No,
Yes.
Anyways. Foot, beak, eye, or wing? Whoa, everybody was in there on beak. Yes, it is a beak. He has a fake beak. Let's see how the leaderboard's looking. See, Scampers is in there. 3 points ahead of Treat. I don't know what the beak looked like. I should have looked that part up. In a famous Tchaikovsky ballet, every morning Odette, a beautiful young woman, transforms into what majestic white bird? Is it a dove, a swan, a chicken, or a swallow? Yeah, a lot of people know about Swan Lake. That was an easy one.
It's a chicken. It's a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It's not chicken?
No. Ooh,
Look at that.
one
Look at that top.
point.
That's like 7 points between, or 12 points between the top 5.
That is.
I got kicked
almost-
off, even though I got the answer. I got 981 points, and I got kicked out of the top 5.
Jeez.
Zach, were you able to get in?
No, I'm not. I'm not in the Kahoot. I just got internet back. My hamster stopped running. So,
Oh, yeah.
Had a break for water every once in a while.
yep.
See Dame saying, did you know that Stafford played football with Kershaw? Yeah.
Yes.
They talk about it a lot. All right, let's get to the next question, guys. Yeah. All right. Louisiana state flag has an image of what big-beaked mama bird feeding its babies? A pelican, a red heron, a blue heron, or an eastern scrub jay?
100% the Eastern Scrub Jay.
It is a pelican. That might be why it is New Orleans Pelicans. That'd be my guess.
That was the only reason I got that.
Oh, I skipped a leaderboard. I apologize. A companion of Headmaster Albus Dumbledore in the Harry Potter novels, Fawkes was what type of legendary bird? Was it an owl, a raven, a phoenix, or a crane? A companion.
Right, I hit that literally immediately.
Yes, it was a phoenix. I knew if I put owl in there, it would trip some people up. So we'll be having Harry Potter trivia coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, I put my name on that one.
I did. I see. This will be you and Emily Kluge. That'll be a fun night. And we're not letting Dave on the show at all.
Down.
What, Russ?
I said she's going down.
Yes. Yeah. She I don't know if I've ever looked more forward to a show than now that I know you're gonna be on too, Russ. That you and Emily. That is just whew. Let's take a look slowly at the leaderboard. Treat has moved up. Artillery Frost coming out of nowhere. 4 correct answers in a row. Slow and steady wins the race. Dan Yan's up there too, I see. Damper's trying to make a comeback. He's only like, 31 points behind? Anyone's game. Our last question, 5-question garage trivia. In 2009, the City Council of Madison, Wisconsin declared what to be the official city bird? Is it a swallow, a cardinal, big bird, or a plastic flamingo? It was a plastic flamingo. The 3 people that said plastic flamingo, you are correct. Let's see what that does to the leaderboard.
All I did was guess fast. I didn't even try to know because I knew I didn't know the answer.
In third place,
I did not
Stano.
I did not get the right one.
Russ.
Still got second.
Oh. And in first place,
That's got to be right?
Artillery Frost. Congratulations. You got pancakes on your head. Campers fell out there. So that's it. We do that every Monday at 9:00. But we do it a lot longer. And I talk a lot more. There we go. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. That'd be kind of weird if you talked the exact same amount, but over the course of an hour-long show. That'd be very,
from the
very
comments we've
limited.
received, that's what people are requesting, is that I talk less.
Joey, we'd like you to hit about 5 words per minute, tops. Okay, that
Was it-
sounds good.
Sorry, I'm just
Was it-
loving that Frank's dropping a Monty Python
Mm-hmm.
reference.
Yes, it was really tough not to put a question about swallows and coconuts in the bird trivia tonight.
Well, if the two birds
Yep.
hold a
Tune
string.
in Monday night for Joey's show. Trivia Night Live, 9 p.m. Eastern.
And even if you miss it, you can watch it after the fact on the YouTubes. Go back and watch it. Throw in the comments how many questions you got right. Let us know. Let Joey know how easy or hard that his trivia was, and that he has to step his game up, or if he's taking it too easy on you.
That yes, please do that. And I released the packs publicly the next morning. So we put the links out on Twitter for you to go, join the link, and you can go to the original pack and play just like you would watch the show. And you do it at your own pace.
Oh, that's very cool.
That is very cool. It's very, very cool. Yeah, Joey, I need to do this again because Zach didn't see it. I feel like Zach needs to see this. Garage trivia with Joey Wright.
You are a graphic designer, Scott.
That's beautiful.
The graphic designer. The graphic designer.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Frees up so much time for me.
Is that Joey Wright or Baker Mayfield?
It's high praise. That is high praise.
High praise. High praise. Remember that SNL skit? Yes, you remember. Okay, good. Yeah. I told a story on two stories on Game Changers. One of them was about me as a 6-year-old child. I see JC in the chat thanking me for coming on Game Changers with Carla. It was a fun show. But if you want to hear a story I told about me as a 6-year-old child, you can go check out that show. Just to promote the very nice. I thought it was a very fun, very enjoyable show. Carla's great. So what were we talking about this earlier tonight before I got on? What we got? Food, I assume. I feel like there's a lot of food talking.
We haven't started the food talk yet.
We're doing book talk, Scott.
Book talk. Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Book talk's
Russ reads in his own head.
Yeah, like what we're talking about is the fact that it never really occurred to me that when I know that people have inner monologues or don't have inner monologues, but it never occurred to me that when some people read, they don't hear the words in their head.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
I was talking to my wife about this very thing the other day in like to a degree. So my wife is fluent in French. She went to France. She we've talked about this before, but she was reading a French book while my son was when we were at a practice, right? And I was asking her, do you have to when you read, do you translate it or does it naturally just I'm reading it? And she's like, I'm just reading it. That's crazy to me. In a different language. It's just just reading it like normal. That's very impressive. But yes, I have the inner monologue when I read. How about you, Joey? When you read, do you have inner monologue?
I don't know. I just read. I can't. If I'm reading, I'm thinking about the book. So yeah, I guess I do.
But are you reading at the speed of which you would be reading out loud if you were? And do you hear you saying the words?
Oh no, I read a lot quicker in my head, but when I read out loud, as you've seen from me trying to read promos, I stumble a lot.
Yes, it's crazy to me because whenever my wife and I try and read something at the same time, she gets so mad at me because she's just and I'm just like,
yeah.
It gets bad.
Yeah, I think that's a common thing that happens. Wives are like, "Come on, feed faster, husband." Yeah.
I see Greg's question in there. Yes, I have, and it's a convoluted story, but I have met Stephen King. He actually met me. He waited to meet me. Is how it happened. He's a big baseball guy, and he built a stadium in Bangor that's like 2 blocks from his house called Mansfield Stadium, and it's basically a minor league field. Like not the actual stadium part of it isn't like a minor, but the actual field is, and it's all of the high school teams in Maine get a chance to book a game there during the season. So it's like he basically
cool.
he does it so like everybody gets to play on a minor league field once in their career. And I ended up being fortunate enough to make the senior all-star classic my senior year and happened to strike out a couple of guys. And so I ended up getting the MVP of that game, and he waited for me to like change up and come out of the dugout, and like
That's awesome.
and I was just floored because I was sitting there changing up, and Dave Mansfield, who was the groundskeeper of Mansfield Stadium, came in and was like, "Mr. King's waiting for you if you don't." And I was like, okay. And so I went out, and he's there and congratulates me, and I'm like, I'm already committed to go to Farmington for creative writing. So like this is me being as close to being a good writer as I'm ever going to be, shaking his hand and meeting him. But it was pretty cool.
That's amazing. Around what time, like year wise, was this?
2000.
Trying to get the year 2000. So okay.
Yeah, I'm old.
Year
No, I graduated 01. So if you were a senior in 2000, you're a year older. So okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of like what book came out around that time that he would have written.
Oh goodness,
Was that the JFK time? No, the JFK was later.
No, that was later.
That was like Dark Tower time, wasn't it?
Yeah, somewhere around there. But
I feel like I remember my
That's
brother
amazing.
reading that around high school.
yep, it was like I said, the closest I'll ever get to being a good writer was shaking his hand.
That's so cool, though, being able to meet someone like that.
It was
And meeting
funny.
him in Maine, I think that gets an extra couple points.
So his son played. So I played against Owen in. I don't know. He would have been older than me, but I played up in summer ball. Like I was probably junior high age. So, and my best friend's brother tried to pick him off second, and it just sculled him, like hit him with the pickoff throw. I was like, you may get written into a novel here if you're not careful. But that's very possible too. Dan says I think he was an assistant coach on the main team that went to the Little League playoffs. That's very possible. Like I said, his son was not a bad player. I remember him playing for 5th Street, which was one of the middle schools in Bangor.
Sounds more like a street than a school.
Yeah, they weren't very creative. Their middle schools were 5th Street and Garland Street, but they were easy to find.
They weren't on those streets. That's just what they called them.
The crazy thing is the Garland Street school was on 5th Street, and the 5th Street school was on Garland. It was just a mess. Just a mess.
Yeah. My 40th birthday was built around Stephen King, right when he wrote The Shining.
Yep.
My wife and I went to Colorado to the Stanley Hotel, and
That's so cool.
We walked to even though we weren't supposed to because we didn't have a reservation. We walked up to the room where he wrote the book.
Yeah.
And it's actually room 213. But they changed it for the movie because they didn't want people checking into the hotel. And it is in the book. Is it room 213 or 237?
I would have to go look. I haven't read that for years.
But they changed the room number in the hotel. So there's no room 237 at the Stanley Hotel where Stephen King wrote the book. That's all I know about Stephen King.
You know more than I do.
If that's all you know about Stephen King, yet you centered your entire 40th birthday around him, that's
Well,
actually
it was more of just The Shining in general, the movie, and they also made Dumb and Dumber at that hotel. So like
I think it's more about you wanted to go to Colorado to see Dave and Emily, and you decided to make up this excuse about
Dave wouldn't give me the time of day at that time. And then I went to Colorado and we ended up meeting up with them. And then I wore his ass down to be my friend.
Which just means you became friends with Emily, and then he didn't have a choice but to be friends with you.
I mean, I would much rather be friends with Emily than Dave. She is definitely the better Kluge. I don't think that's telling
There
any.
was never a debate.
No.
No, they're both
She has
great.
pies. She has pies.
Yeah.
The Hills.
I've had blueberry. That's the only one of her pies that I haven't had. There was another. I think it was like a peach one. It was at the SFB draft. But I had blueberry. That was delicious.
So is there a story behind your best friend hat?
My favorite restaurant in Las Vegas.
It's just
Does
called
it
Best
have
Friend.
my name on it?
Mhm.
Is
Best
my
friend.
name on the back? Or is it?
Well,
where-
Zach
I
said
don't-
best friend, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn my hat around."
I mean, it's on the shirt. I see my name on the shirt. Oh, I see. It's like a continuation. Best friend,
Yes, best
Scott.
friend
Fi-
Scott
I see.
Fish. There we go. Yes.
That's how it works.
No,
It
the
starts
chef
on the head
show.
and it continues on the shirt. That's how that works. Yeah.
If you've seen Chef Show on Netflix, Chef Roy Choi, it's his restaurant in the Park MGM Hotel in Las Vegas. It's incredible.
I haven't gone there. I mean, I've been to Park MGM. I just haven't gone to.
Scott, the next time that we are in Las Vegas together, whether that be
June.
FSGA or
I
possibly
think it's gonna be in June,
Let's
possibly in June.
June. Okay, let's go because
Yeah, yeah, I love it. June.
so yeah, I'm all for that. It's the best. You get the chef's menu for $75, and yes, that sounds like a lot of money. But listen,
the
you're in Las
chef's
Vegas,
menu.
For
and
Vegas,
you'll lose
that's not a lot of
75
money.
so much quicker.
Yeah, especially if it's like a Vegas steakhouse type place. That's not bad.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a
And-
lot of at all, actually. I would
Yeah,
definitely
it's-
get down
and
for
it-
that.
Yeah, it's $75 for the chef's menu, and they give you a ton of food. Roy Choi started with Kogi truck, and I think it was Los Angeles, and so you get like the Kogi beef tacos and all kinds of like this is walnut crusted shrimp that's unbelievable.
Ooh.
Kimchi, there all
So
kinds
this
of
sounds
yummy
like
stuff.
too much food for me. Like it sounds like too much food almost.
I eat the smallest lunch possible because I know like I'm just going to devour everything for dinner, and then I just go to bed afterwards.
Sure. That makes sense.
Hi, Bob Harris.
Bob
Bob
Harris.
Harris.
You got Bob Harris in here. Should Bob, you want to come on? Bob Harris, you want to come on? Yeah. So I mentioned my wife was in Paris this last week,
Mm-hmm.
which made it boys weekend, which
Mhm.
was pretty fun. It's weird how I don't know. It's I feel like when I'm gone, they get along better with just one parent with Andrea, and when Andrea's gone, they get along. They're like, Ian's a good big brother. They're not fighting all the time. And like one of the nights we had this movie theater night where we spent 4 hours watching Wall-E and Toy Story, and I'm like, man, I wish I could live in this moment for a long time, more than 3 hours and 45 minutes or whatever, like just hanging out on the couch in blankets, all cuddled up, watching Wall-E and Toy Story. And I'm like, man, wish I could have this for many, many, many more years. But it's a beautiful time when your kids are still that age. Right, Ian? He said, mm-hmm.
Shut
I don't know
up,
if you-
Dad.
Then he ran away on me. So my son, so Ian running downstairs, he was one of so they have a middle school play, and he was like very few sixth graders made the play. It's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and he made it. He doesn't have a speaking part, but it's Seussical the Musical.
Ooh,
And I'm excited to go see it. He doesn't have lines. He's just like, a background singer, character, act, whatever. But I'm excited for that. I'm excited.
He's in a
for that.
play.
I like watching. Yeah, I like watching my kids grow up and do things. And Ian has no fear. He goes out for plays. Doesn't like what he's been doing plays for years. Just I was always shy and nervous too. I did the stuff. I was in plays, but I was always shy and nervous too. He will try anything. I don't know where he got that. So mailman or the milkman, probably.
So that's why being a musician was always easier. You're always a little out of the way when you're a musician until you get a solo, and then you have to like stand up and do a solo. But otherwise, you're like, I was in the pit for all of the school plays where I just like, I sat there in the dark and played my music. So I was still part of something, but I didn't have to be part of something. No one had to know I was part of something.
Yeah. Yep. My son plays clarinet. My wife played clarinet. What did you play, Russ?
I played saxophone and trombone.
Okay.
Russ,
brass,
this is
a lot
like
of
an after
brass.
dark show. Can you break the saxophone out and give us some sexy sax?
Oh, if I still had one, I would sax your socks off right now.
You could have the sax game show theme song.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's probably a place you can rent a sax next Wednesday to bring it on. That would be
Red sax.
That would be awesome.
Just imagine reading the chat questions with some sexy sax music. Just everything would flow so nicely.
I love it. I
feel like that could be an entrance to the Friday night party in Canton, where you come in with the sax.
A little smoke, maybe.
Yeah. I could rent a fog machine. That would be good.
I'm gonna grab my drink and I'll be right back.
Yep.
Yeah, do it.
See, I never played an instrument. That's like one thing that not like now I mess around on guitar and I can play a little bit of piano, but I never did in school. I was chorus and show choir. So
yeah. I always
prepared
played
for
music.
what? You do not prepare for this show. That'd be awesome though. Bob's great freehand.
My original goal was to be a music teacher. That was going to be what I did for a living. But apparently, you need to not be tone deaf to do that.
Yeah.
My original.
That's the thing, right? That's like a joking, stupid line or whatever. Those who can't teach, so.
Yeah, but apparently you need to be able to hear whether if everyone else is playing well or not, and that never really occurred to me. I just like playing instruments, and I wanted to learn all of them. But I went from saxophone straight to trombone, and apparently once you play trombone, your music teacher will never let you change again, because who the hell asks to play the trombone?
My son's best friend plays trombone. Bob's always cooking now. If it's not food, he's just cooking in general. That's what he does.
That's how he lives.
As good as the sax as Rob Lowe in St. Elmo's Fire. I don't know about that, but I will say the bridge in Man in Motion, parentheses, St. Elmo's Fire, that bridge might be the greatest bridge of all time in music. That's such a good bridge. I absolutely love that bridge. I loved Newsies as a kid.
Yes.
I haven't seen the musical, but back when I was, 11, 12 years old when that came out, I loved that thing. I had the cassette of the cassette soundtrack, and I fully intend on enjoying Seussical the musical. Greggles, thanks for that. We love Greggles. Love Greggles. Just dropping some chat notes on there.
How did Ian's baseball go, Scott? Or is that?
Okay. Let me get ready for this.
He has to get prepped for this. He has to get ready for this. He has to get warmed up for this conversation.
So, Ian sometimes doesn't always remember everything when he needs to go places. And sometimes he forgets things when he leaves places. No. For example, his water bottle he left at basketball practice last Thursday night, and I'm still trying to track it down with the school that he had basketball. He went to his baseball hitting practice. Fielding practice was fine. He went to his baseball hitting practice in his slides, because he wears slides to basketball, to baseball, and then he puts on his cleats puts on.
Yep.
He forgot his cleats.
Oh,
so he had to do his batting tryout in socks.
So he's basically Calvin Johnson, is what you're saying.
No. It's but But yeah, he made one of the teams, which is good. He didn't make the top team, but he made one of the teams. I will say this. This is what I like. I see sometimes I see so much of myself in Ian. I shouldn't have phrased it that way, but something I absolutely love about Ian is so when the teams were posted, his friend Riley made the top AAA team. Ian didn't care where he was. He's like, hell yes, Riley got AAA. And like he immediately texted Riley before giving a crap where he was. And I'm like, I kind of love that. I kind of love that you care more. Like you didn't care that you didn't make it. You cared that your buddy made the AAA team, you know?
That's awesome.
That was super awesome to see Ian like just all out excited for his friend instead of himself, which is just absolutely awesome. He'll be the best player on his team if he batted in Sox. I don't know about that, but we're gonna have a lot of fun. There's a little bit of a coaching shortage, so despite I'm gonna be gone for a couple weeks and at least one of the tournaments, but I'm gonna assist in coaching the team. I'm not gonna be the head coach because I'm gonna miss too much, but I'm gonna assist with it.
Have you purchased a good pair of assistant coach shorts yet? Like the ones that are like come up past your belly button, go to your thigh, made of like really like rough polyester material. You haven't got those yet?
I have a good pair of biker shorts. I was wondering if
like that.
But not like, but they're not like,
Needs to be a little
not like
fitting so you can
nowadays
throw the
biker
foot up
shorts.
on the bench.
They're like early '90s biker shorts.
Mhm.
Is what I got.
It's
I have jeans I can cut off if I want.
Yes. Yes.
So the pocket hangs out a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
It's nice though that he's still young enough that the coaches aren't like full uniform, because there comes a point where like if you're coaching, you're full uni, and
Yeah.
that's sometimes interesting. My dad coached the high school team. He should not have been in a baseball uniform. I love the man, but in his early 50s, he should not have been in a baseball uniform.
Yeah. I don't know what your dad looks like, but I feel like I've seen a fair amount of those managers in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
That's exactly what he looks like.
I could easily cut one of my pairs of jeans because I'm sitting on an absolute plethora of jeans at this point. Like I am a 2 to 3 pairs of jeans tops my entire life. But I was in a spot where I had my normal pair of jeans was starting to get a hole in them. And my second pair of jeans was a pair of jeans I bought in Vegas to be able to go to the steakhouse, and they're just too big. They're nice looking, but they're just way too big. It's the only ones I could get and find to go to that steakhouse that night. So the other day I went to good old Kohl's and I bought myself 3 pairs of jeans, all basically the same pair of jeans, so that I have them forever or have them for a long time. Now I just have way too many pairs of jeans, so I could definitely cut one of them up for a baseball uniform of jean shorts that are a little too skimpy. That'd be good.
I scoured the interwebs and found the shorts I was speaking of.
Ooh, are you going to present it in a second?
Yeah, I'm going to present it because I feel like we need to see it.
Nah,
it's pretty clean. It's clean.
Is someone hanging brain in the picture?
No, we're good. A pair of these bad boys right there.
Oh,
man.
Yes.
That's
what I'm talking about?
That's like athletic director.
I literally had
87.
So my Pop Warner football coach literally wore those shorts every day in royal blue.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Every practice, that's exactly what he looked like.
Those are beautiful. Joey, that should be
guys...
you out for the expo. Ditch the tracksuits. It's those.
I know. I have a massive birthmark on my leg. If I didn't have that, I probably would be rocking those. Because I've definitely got the gut for the guy on the left. I've got that gut right now going pretty strong. And Just 3 athletic specimens right there, I'll have to say.
Yeah.
And all those coaches have nicknames too.
Oh, yeah.
They go by something short.
Yeah. One of them's at least Buzz. One of them has to
Yeah.
be Buzz.
Buzz, Pudge,
Rusty.
yeah, Rusty.
Whoa.
Not to give you some Russ. Russ is classy. Rusty,
What?
yeah, you don't let your mom around Rusty.
Yeah. The guy on the right is Tahoe because he used to drive a Tahoe, but he hasn't in like 5 years. But they still call
He
him
has one
Tahoe.
since high school. High school, he had one.
Oh, man. We all had those in our lives at some point. Oh. Speaking on the Ian front, I'm thinking about, so I didn't do this when he was in elementary school, and I think it would have been awesome, but they're doing it at his middle school, but not for the 6th graders, only for 7th and 8th graders. It's a career day. And I thought about going in for it because I feel like I have a very weird, interesting career on one of 2 fronts. If you're looking to go into charity work, or if you're looking to go into like sports type space, or even radio type space, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have a weird career that,
You're gonna be more popular than doctors and lawyers.
No, I doubt that. But
No, you
I
will.
I
They'll all
consider-
want to know who to pick.
that's I don't think that's the point of a job fair, is asking fantasy football advice. But
Hey, you never know when a fantasy football draft is gonna break out.
then again, I don't actually know what the point of a job fair with 7th and 8th graders is anyway. So like, that feels a little on the young side to be deciding careers. I don't think I was even like remotely considered. I was like Russ at that age. My parents were teachers. I wanted to be a teacher at that age, So
I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
yeah, neither do I. Oh yeah, Bob's got it. One I'm sure one is Rock. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Buzz, Rock, and Tahoe.
They're
Just a good-
establishing the run. You know they are.
Oh my God.
Power I right on 2.
It's all I formation. Oh, man.
They have 3 fullbacks on the roster.
And
Nothing
no
but fullbacks.
halfbacks.
Just all fullbacks. Lots of cowboy collars in that locker room.
We call this the veer. Oh man. Oh. So I always have these little tiny nuggets sometimes that I bring up, and sometimes they lead to something else. But I went to Goodwill to
Little
get
tiny. What did you say, Scott?
Yeah.
nuggets.
He's got a set of tiny nuggets, and he took them to Goodwill.
So my son's
goodness.
zipper on his winter coat broke, and it's winter in Minnesota, where one day it's -30 and the next day it's 50. I don't even know what's going on anymore. But his zipper broke, and we're like, there's not much winter left. We don't want to buy a new coat. So went to Goodwill and got a $6.99 coat, $6.99 Columbia coat. And there were 2 $1 bills in the pockets.
What?
It's like, this is a school.
That's a win.
How do you not check? First,
Yeah.
how do you not check that? But that's a $4.99 jacket.
Yeah,
For
it
the rest
is.
of- It's what it is.
Special discount.
That's a score. But have you guys, what is the most money or most opportune time you found money in your pockets? You found money in a
nothing
pocket. You're
is-
like, holy crap, I didn't even realize I
Last
left this
week?
tool.
Winter coats is always the
always
funnest.
winter
Is you go
coats?
and finding a $20 bill in a winter coat when you haven't put it on in a couple of months.
Oh my
See,
gosh.
winter, Joey, is this thing where it gets really, really cold out and you have to put a coat on.
I will have you know, 3 of my years of my life, I lived in Great Falls, Montana. I know what winter is. But yes, for the other 39 years, I've been a Floridian, and I don't know what winter is.
Yeah, I saw you before getting up and you're wearing shorts, and I'm like, this mofo, what?
Yeah. I mean, it is about 55 degrees outside, so it's pretty chilly for Florida.
It was like 50 today in Minnesota. Everybody was wearing shorts and t-shirts everywhere. Like, even at 30, they do that though. 20, they do that. This is insane to me. $300. Like, and it's different because it's not even your $300. When you find the 20, there's a sense of, oh yeah, it's mine anyway. Like you didn't.
No, that 20 didn't exist anymore. That is brand new $20. Like you were just excited about it.
That is girl math or whatever you call it.
Damn straight.
Oh, yeah, that's.
We didn't
cool.
find actual
wow.
cash, but
I had an interesting one.
What this tells me is go to SFB live events and you will find money after you go to them. That's what I'm reading out of this.
is that what Greg looks like without a shirt on? Good job, Greg. Been working on that.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
That's him in
Oh.
Vegas at the owner suite. And
Greggles is a muscly man.
Good job, Greg.
Greggles is in good shape.
I feel like guys don't congratulate guys on working out enough. Be like, hey, you know what? You did a good job. Like,
Yeah.
maybe a clap there for that. I don't know.
Yeah. Good job, Greggles. Good job, Greg.
Good job, Greggles.
So I'm
What?
sitting here like, what?
Oh, no.
Oh.
You're sitting here like what?
No, what does this mean?
Oh, Jordan Schultz and Ian Rappaport apparently went after each other at Starbucks in Indy, like the combines in Indy this week.
Oh, like
that's
literally went after him?
I would
you
like
shouldn't
to know.
punch down like that.
I would like to hear more on that story. That's interesting. I'm also interested in there's been talk about moving the combine around and Minnesota being potentially one of the places it might move to in a year or two in short order, which would be pretty damn awesome. It makes sense. They started moving around the draft, the Pro Bowl. They that's what they do. So
Yeah.
it doesn't shock me that they would start to move around the combine, but it'd be cool to have it in Minnesota. But that's crazy. What were you going to say though, Russ? I'm sorry I interrupted you by putting that on the screen.
I was saying I'm sitting here trying to peacock a little bit, like sitting here puffing my chest out, trying to get a little close to the camera without it getting weird for someone to notice what's going on my hoodie right now. And just
SFB 12 hoodie.
no one in the chat has.
Oh, you got a pin. You got a pin on. I see a
I
pin.
do.
You got pinned.
I did in a very, very sexy way.
Isn't that what? Didn't that used to be like a college sorority frat thing? Getting pinned. I don't know.
It's the
Look at
I
that.
Disney logo.
I remember at some point someone brought up us making some enamel pins, and I said, just wait about it. Just wait about it. Because so if you want to go to fantasycares.org/pin, your donation can get you a thank you of one to four of these very, very awesome SFB 14 enamel pins.
Ooh.
Fantasycares.org/pen.
Yep. Well, is that what you made, or did you make it pins?
No, it's
No,
singular. Singular.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible both will work. I don't think I did that. I think I just did singular, but yeah.
Singular sensation.
I don't think we're doing this though, Greg. Not a pin of the month, just one pin.
Okay, why are we going back to the wrestling theme already?
Yep. /pin works.
Yeah, /pin. Pledge pin. What was I going to say? I thought I saw something I was going to bring up in here. Oh, don't know, but I would expect something. We had a good conversation with Circa. We talked about stuff like this. Nothing set in stone. We'll figure it out though. I do love the voted Fantasy Sports Business of the Year winner 2024 in the corner. I tried to relate this on the last show as the award we won is the best picture of our industry. It's the acting best picture at the Oscars in the fantasy football industry, fantasy sports industry. That's what we won. We won the best picture. We were up against ESPN, Football Guys, RotoWire, the Fantasy Footballers, Underdog, and Yahoo Sports. And we took that crap down. It was pretty cool.
Cool.
Took that crap down.
I know you talked
Crap.
about it briefly. We took it
That
down.
is beautiful.
I know you guys talked about it a little bit last week, but just a little surreal. It was a pretty awesome moment. Did not expect it. Bob made me go on stage alone.
He took me off guard. I had my computer on my lap. I'm just like, nope.
when they us.
I had my computer on my lap,
What was that, Bob?
and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I looked at you
Yeah.
because I heard it. And, okay, and you're like, you coming? I'm like, no.
That's how little we expected it. Bob was working on something on his laptop, and I'm sitting there just watching. And I'm like, Bob, come on up. No. Shakes his head. No, I'm not coming up.
Did you give a speech?
You could have had your moment in front of people.
Yeah,
No.
It's hard to believe Bob would
It's
choose to just be in
actually
the
one
background.
of the few ones I didn't have to. Yeah. No, I've given multiple speeches at those things, but this one this isn't one that gives.
No, that was a rapid fire.
Yep.
Awards.
Got up there, took a picture. I will say I could tell, and a lot of people told me afterwards, we got the absolute biggest applause, like just an eruption of applause.
I tried to go up to get
awesome.
Joey's ring, but I got stopped.
I won something.
Yep.
Yeah, I went up to
you
go
did.
get your ring, and I
It
got
wasn't
stopped.
business of the year. I won like best editing version. That's that. That's probably
I
the
thought it was a
equivalent.
division. It was a division too.
Yep, I won the National League. So now I moved to the Champions League. So
Nice.
I don't
Not
know
as
what that
cool
means,
as-
but congratulations.
thanks. It's the fantasy
ring,
football
the ring
league.
was really cool. That's why I recalled.
It still has not arrived to my house yet.
I think I got a picture of it. I know you got
Actually, a lot of people got a
us.
picture with it. I received many pictures of people wearing it around Las Vegas. So still has not reached my fingers, but you know.
Well,
Evan Murray,
we
glad you're having fun
wanted to
with the
break
ring.
it in for you. We wanted to really, break it in for you.
Yeah.
and
Oh, you
make
were
sure
in
it
that
fit.
picture, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Joe's
Oh,
words
good.
were, "If Joey wants this, he's going to have to pry it off, hit my cold dead fingers after he kills me." So
This does partner with something I truly believe in. If you go anywhere in public with a championship belt or a championship ring, you should be right to defend that belt and or ring. You get to pick the terms, but that should be defended. If you're going to wear it in public and champion yourself, you should be able to be challenged.
Does that go down to number one dad shirts? Like,
You pick the terms. Like
You could lose a kid. You lose a kid at Walmart.
so you have to scribble it out and be like number 3 dad.
I choose Festivus feats of strength.
beautiful. See, if you're the champion, you get to pick the terms.
Or a Matthew Berry Game Changer Award.
I haven't won that one yet. I think Scott won it though. Oh,
Just happens to have it sitting right next to him on the windowsill.
Well, what I did is I wear them as a chain around my neck as I walk around town because I hope someone will challenge me for one of them because
He's
I get
wearing
to
those
list
career
the
day.
terms if they challenge me.
that's
That's
a
what
good
I've been
question.
told.
Pictures from career day. Yeah, I win awards where I work.
That's a good question. If you had to be challenged for something, if you're the champion, what would you pick to be challenged that you think you would win? If anything, you could beat anybody at
What type of battle?
like an event, like maybe it could be
Yeah.
cooking. Like what can you do the best at that nobody else can touch you on?
I'll be honest, I'm just straight up losing that award.
Yeah, I don't really have
Yeah.
anything that is just like
I'm good at a lot
I
of
feel-
things, not great at anything.
Yeah, I feel like there's always someone better than you at something in this world. They're like, I don't know. That's a really good question. I just don't have an answer for it.
It
I'm
depends
thinking
on
on this.
it depends on the opponent. You gotta take into
Mm-hmm.
the physique of the other opponent.
I might go Dawson's Creek trivia.
I
think I could own anybody in that.
I mean, if I see a bodybuilder, I'm gonna go golf.
Okay.
But I see a tall, lanky kid. We're gonna be doing something else.
Yeah,
I'm really interested in this Rappaport fight. I want to know more about it.
Yeah, Scott clearly needs to would have to challenge someone to some graphic design.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then no one's beating me. Absolutely. So with the career day, do I bring the awards?
Oh, you wear them on the chain. Yeah, you wear them right on your chain.
Wear them on the chain.
Yeah.
Also,
this is what I do.
Also, when coaching, you could give the signs, with the awards if you're coaching third. Hat. Yeah.
You might even want to put some lights on.
Game changer award is hit and run. We're good.
Get some LED lights that you can trigger with like a remote that lights up one at a time. You can dance. It's gonna be a pecs dance in there, trophies dancing.
That's exactly where my brain went. So I'm making a peck dance, but making the lights blink.
Oh.
Wow, that's good.
Flavor fish.
I like the kids respect the Riz. The next one.
Kids respect.
I was not allowed to say that word. My wife's like, you can't say Riz. I was like, what?
Yeah, there are a lot of words I'm not allowed to say.
My wife.
And honestly, some of the words, I feel like this happens a lot, but some of the words that like Riz and stuff that get out there that we joke about now are like, it's already passed for them.
Oh yeah.
Like it's all like the Riz, the Skibbity, the Sigma, all that. It's already passed. Like
It's
Ian's
gone.
friends, that is nope, that's not a thing. They're like that. What are you? Do you still drink Prime? Like what are you 2-3 years ago? You know what I mean? Like by the time it gets to us to joke about, it's past them. Is what happens.
I'm still stuck on my son calling me bruh.
Oh my goodness.
Bruh, you got to see this. You know, so many no's to that sentence. No.
What else did
I saw Greg with a question saying golf Masters trivia second week in April. Absolutely, and Bob will be guesting on that with me.
Yes, and we have a Masters contest coming up that it'd be interesting if Bob decided to promote it on that show.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, we have another golf contest coming up very, very soon. Probably announce that within a few days, honestly. A golf one and done. We're half announcing it now, saying golf one and done with some really cool prizes coming up. NFL draft trivia. Yep, we're gonna have that too.
Yeah, Jeff Bell and Zach, you're on with that one for us. I believe I saw you on the schedule.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I show up whenever they tell me.
Mount Rushmore trivia. Got that. Only 4 questions though.
We do need some people to help Scott make some graphics for the upcoming SFB.
I'm on it.
You just got to grab some extra people to help you.
Oh no! I don't trust the skill level of people helping me. Here's the thing about me. What it takes a normal graphic designer to do, takes hours. I can make something of my quality in mere minutes. So
Scott, can you please make me my SFB 15 Twitter banner? I want you to make it. I'll just same donation, but I want you to make it.
I feel like I need to be part of the Abbey makers, and people can specifically request me because I'm so good at graphics. This graphic, I'm not even joking. I'm so good at graphics. I made that thing under 3 minutes. Under 3 minutes, I made that thing.
No way.
That's unbelievable. The centering is just like, oh my god.
That's so good.
It's
That's how good
intuition.
I am
It doesn't
when I make
second nature.
graphics.
Did you use a free
3
trial on
minutes.
Canva to make that?
What was that?
Did you use a free
What's-
trial on Canva to make that? Some high class stuff.
What's Canva? MS Paint works fine. I don't understand why you need.
If you need more than MS Paint, you're not a real graphic designer.
I didn't even use MS Paint, but I feel like it's funnier if I say I did.
Yeah.
The retro coach is bringing something up, like trivia about Stanley garage openers. I need to have garage trivia on garage trivia one week, just trivia about garages. The retro coach, he's actually going to be a guest with us on the video game episode
Yes.
later on, and I
Yes,
think it's
all
in
right.
May. I don't remember the weeks. There's a whole schedule. Lots of fun people coming on.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go get this LLC real quick. SF Graphics. LLC. Oh,
Mm.
I love it.
Well, guys, I have to go. I love
Yeah.
hanging out with you. I never like to leave, but that's a beautiful background there.
That is
Wow, Bob.
that is really
That's
good.
one that Scott made.
I don't think so. All right. Well, you guys have a great week.
All
I
right.
made that one
Absolutely,
for
Joey.
sure. Bye.
Scott definitely did
Hi,
this.
Joey.
one.
Oh, that was horrifying. You still saw parts of Zach's face in the center. It was just pieces of Zach's face staring through.
So that's probably the best look for me. You know.
It is pretty. It's pretty good.
Now I can't sit. I'm sitting here just like playing with the pin because it's so freaking awesome. I'm
It
trying to
is a
get.
very fun pin.
I
Should've
feel
seen
like
how-
I'm.
FantasyCares.org/pin.
I sit here like playing with it and I keep poking myself with the actual pin part of it. Ow. Ow.
Zach was trying to say something.
That's all good. I think I'm lagging. So
No. I just think everyone had an idea at the same time.
Scott's been banned from SFP15, so
Yeah,
I
he's
have
out.
been banned for not saying lineups. That's absolutely what happened. I have a food question for you.
okay.
So Little Debbie makes these Christmas trees around Christmas time. Do you know of these? They're
Yes.
absolutely delicious.
they're like the zebra
They
cakes.
also make the zebra. Yes. They also make these little hearts around Valentine's Day. Are they good outside of when they're in different shapes? Because those shapes are delicious. But when they're not those shapes, are they still good? Like I've never tried
I don't
them.
know.
I don't even know.
If a cookie breaks in half, is it still good?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is a complicated question because when you think about it in terms of like Reese's and peanut butter cups,
Well, yeah,
When they
that's a
change
different
the
shape
shape,
ratio.
The absolute worst candy out there. What about it?
That's a ratio
Shut your
difference of
face.
peanut butter to chocolate.
shut up. What? Shut up.
Peanut butter to chocolate ratio. Is that the problem with it? Is that why it's so bad?
Shut up. What?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's
Okay.
the difference.
I always kind of
We're
wondered
changing
why
the
they
cake.
aren't good. But,
When-
but
We're not, you're not changing the difference in the amount of frosting you're putting on that cake. You're just changing the size of the cake. So the cakes are still valid.
so the cakes are still valid when they're a different shape. Okay, interesting.
I
Russ, come on.
You broke Russ.
I knew saying that would break Russ. oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, I've got them all here. I can go pull them out. We can take a look at the ratios of peanut butter to chocolate. Reese's egg versus.
oh my
the,
god, I didn't think you were serious. Oh,
Oh, I'm dead serious.
no, dead serious. The shape of the peanut butter cup absolutely messes with the ratio.
gotcha. No, I know people love like Reese's peanut butter cups. I don't like them because I don't like peanut butter and chocolate like that really. But people love them. People love them. I think a lot of people consider them like one of the best candies, right?
The best.
Like the best Halloween treats. Yeah.
I mean, you mix it in your cookie dough, and it just makes everything better too.
Oh, interesting.
You take all that extra candy from Halloween, and you make a cookie dough with it. You buy the pre rolled Reese's or peanut butter cup or peanut butter cookies, and then add the candy from the bags to it.
Interesting.
Not my first rodeo.
Not your first.
Nachos?
Yeah.
No,
I don't like peanut butter and chocolate together. I know I'm weird about that, but
Ooh.
I
do you
fully
like
understand that
peanut
people love
butter
it.
and other things?
Mm-hmm. I like peanut butter. Okay, like I don't have it very often. Like actually, really rarely do I have peanut butter. I know people like it on burgers. I know people like it like in lots of stuff. I just not huge. And as you know, I don't like chocolate. So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I'm not
like
a big
sweets.
chocolate person, but when it comes with Reese's
I don't
peanut
like
butter,
sweets.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't eat candy. I've never had a cavity in my entire life, probably because of that. You know? So yeah, I'm just not a sweets guy. Has nothing to do with whether something is actually good or bad. It's people have their things, and I'm just not sweet. I just don't like sweets.
I put these
Never
down on
heard
the
about
coffee table.
burgers. Is that a Midwest thing? That
It's
What,
a,
peanut
do you not
butter?
have- peanut butter on burgers. That's
it's
lots
not
of
a common
restaurants.
thing, but like
thing,
whenever you
yes.
go to those fancy, not
Yeah.
fancy burger, like we have places called like 30 Burger where they have 30 different kinds of burgers. Like
no,
one of them
it's-
will
that's-
usually have peanut butter on it.
That's just kind of normal. Like they have like eggs on burgers too and stuff. Like that's just
Oh,
normal
yeah.
on grills here. Eggs on burgers, peanut butter on burger, like stuff like that's just normal here.
Oh, see, it's not a normal thing here, but it's.
I'm still not going to get over how you East Coasters didn't tell me about cannoli dip. I
don't know
I was so
how-
flabbergasted. I bet that's like when someone from the West Coast who loves In-N-Out goes to like the Midwest and eats an actual decent hamburger, and they're like, "Why have you been bogarting the actual decent hamburgers? Like, how did we not know good hamburgers were existing better
Man,
than what we
apparently
have?"
Scott signed on and chose violence today.
I mean, it was interesting when Scott showed up to the first expo in Bell Bottoms.
This
He pulled
was
them off. That's the important part.
I think the role I'm playing right now, Scampers put it. I think it was Scampers that said it. I'm looking for it now. Yeah, now I can't find it.
Greg
Scampers
was backing you up, saying that peanut butter on burgers everywhere here in Minnesota.
yeah, that's just super common in Minnesota. Yeah, Scamper. I believe it was Scampers earlier said, Russ, that's what we call bait. that's just Scott having fun to
Yeah.
bring out a reaction. Yeah, you can't seriously go after Reese's peanut butter cups and In-N-Out and actually be like legitimately, oh, they are the worst ever. Like no one will
It's
do that.
some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, that's what happens when you
was.
make fun of peanut butter cups.
Yeah. You should have seen me in the old FYF chat days, the Front Yard Fantasy chat. Like it's every once in a while I like to play that character. You know, that character of like just having fun saying stuff that riles people. Like I don't do it often, and it's usually pretty like it's like this. It's pretty unobtrusive, you know, but every once in a while.
Do you guys and this is probably a Scott and Russ because Bob was in New England, but the peanut butter fluff, like Dan said, peanut butter fluff. So peanut butter and then marshmallow fluff, like fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter.
Like
Sure.
that was always like the go-to sandwich as an 80s kid.
I don't necessarily like marshmallows, so that really wasn't my thing.
That's
But
fair.
my brother was big into it, so like it definitely was a thing in the house, just not for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, Snicker salad is absolutely not leaving the Midwest.
It's so delicious. So good. We did get to that's, that's funny. That's funny. So I started making, like, it's not in Monte Cristo, but I started making my son Ian like a quesadilla, but it's like pizza ingredients in the inside, and then cheese covered the outside, fried. You know, so it's like Monte Cristo, like where it's like all fried cheese in and the inside of the quesadilla is pizza stuff, and he really, really enjoys that. I don't know why. Just a whole bunch of cheese and pepperoni and tortilla fried up.
Yeah, there's nothing that sounds amazing about that.
It's so weird he likes that.
Yeah, so strange.
See, I used to do when I was in like middle school, high school, the tortilla. So like olive oil in a pan, fry up the tortilla, and then build a pizza on that, and then put it in the oven for a little bit. So it's very similar.
Yeah, yeah. I do usually an avocado oil because of the higher,
Yep.
you know,
The smoke point. Yeah.
point.
Yep.
And then I cover the bottom in cheese, and then I throw the tortilla on the cheese, and then I do my toppings, and then I fold it over so that it's completely encrusted in fried cheese.
So you get the caramelized. Yeah. That's nice.
Scott, I'm gonna need to make me one of these.
The amount of stuff we're gonna have to make at the expo.
We'll be there 2 weeks. We'll do like a week before the expo and a week after, and the 2 weeks will just be food, and then we'll have the 3 days of the expo.
Oh man, I mean, Herms, everyone is like your basic
at one
chips
point in their lives, everyone
your
was
basic
team
chips and cheese microwave. It's not even at what point we still make them. Like, I mean,
I don't think I ever have.
I don't like microwaves. I don't know why. Like I like give me a toaster oven.
Yeah, when you're 15 and playing video games, you don't have that kind of time. You just throw that crap in the microwave.
I didn't have any friends. I had plenty of time, Russ.
I started with, "Hey, Mom." I didn't bother making it in a microwave, that's for
sure. Bob was like, "Hey, Mom, can you give me I don't know, something quick, like a lobster thermidor, just something real quick."
Meatloaf.
I need
all. She was hanging out in the kitchen. You might as well make something.
Oh my God.
My kids do it to me.
Yeah, no, that's actually kind of true. The kids are always like, make something.
If you're sitting in the kitchen, they're going to ask you to make them food.
All right, Russ's bedtime has arrived. Guys,
we're almost 10 o'clock. We could probably call it.
No, you don't need to leave on my behalf. I just need to leave on my behalf. So I'll say, you guys keep going. I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. I love you all. I'll see you next week. I'll give away a pin next week, Greggles. Don't worry about it. Just didn't want to do it on the day that we're announcing it. fantasycares.org/pin. Go and you
as soon as Russ leaves, let's give one away.
I mean, you have one. You have one, don't you?
No, my kids took them.
All right, well, give one away, and I'll send it out.
You should have seen me trying to find them to take the picture yesterday to put it in the graphic. I was like, I know there was 2 of them. Where did they hide?
Oh, by the way, Greggles, I just want to say I saw your message before. I love you too. No need to send me a thank you note. Don't waste the postage. Just all right. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Talk to you later.
See you, Russ.
Good night, Russ.
Yes, I want to leave the studio. That's why I clicked leave studio. Oh my God, I have to click leave again? This is ridiculous.
Don't end the stream. I don't know anyone that's done that. Ended stream on the podathon when he left. Unreal. Unreal. I had a good day the other day. I was yeah, I had so much work to do. I was like wall to wall. My wife actually went out and got lunch for us and brought me lunch. Normally I'm the one who goes to get lunch or whatever, or makes my own lunch or whatever. She actually brought me lunch that day because I was so busy with work. And at 2:43 p.m., like I finally took a breath from working, and I looked and I realized my shirt had been on inside out and backwards all day. That's the kind of day I had that day. It was the Fantasy Cares blue shirt. It was literally inside out and turned around, and I had no idea because I was just working all day.
Oh,
that's a day.
Yeah,
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That 2:4. I clocked it because when I noticed, I'm like, "What time is it?" 2:43 p.m. is when I finally noticed.
But at least, I mean, at least you were you were busy. I mean, that's.
I got so much work done.
Yeah.
I got so much work done. But it was a day.
It's always, for me, like, I would much rather be, at least with what I'm doing, I would much rather be busy than not, because we'll have days where there's just not a lot of work, or like I'll be waiting for somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll look down and like, it's only 6:45. I still have to be here for another, 7 hours or 8 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we doing? And then we'll have days. So Monday, I showed up to work. My boss's boss sidles up to my desk at 6:30 in the morning. He doesn't usually come in until almost 8.
Like a Seinfeld sidler.
Yeah. And he's like, so, and I'm like, great. Here we go. This is some favor that he needs. And he says, they're doing, the president of the company and the president of engineering are doing what they're calling listening cafes. So they're inviting people downtown to the main shipyard to give them ideas about how we can do this better. And he's like, I know that you have lots of thoughts about this, and I know you won't be shy. So I'm sending you downtown to this listening cafe. Don't get fired. And I was like, all right. So I text my wife and I'm like, I'm headed downtown. I got to meet with the president of the company and the president of engineering. Her immediate response was, don't get fired. So I got two of those. Yeah, two of those within the span of like 10 minutes. Don't get fired. And I managed, at least so far, not to. We'll see. The week is young, but
okay.
So did you give them good advice that they're 100% going to take into account? And
I'm 100% sure that they're not listening to anything and they're going to do their own thing, because that's generally what management does. But I did talk to them and explain that perhaps we should be talking to the mechanics when we do the design, because the mechanics are the people building the design. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
You're all right, though.
I mean, that would be right on.
It'd be smart. It'd be efficient. It's probably what they should do.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what. So that's. Don't tell them. That's what I do in my little corner of the world. But nobody knows what I do. There's only me in the entire shipyard who does what I do, and so I just kind of do my own thing, and then people leave me alone because I they ask you, what are you doing, and you start to explain it, and they glaze and walk off. Like, all right, good.
Oh man, it gives you job security then if you're the only one doing that at the place. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason why I kind of snaked into where I am. So,
yep, very nice. I do remember those days working manual labor that you were describing at the top of that. That just, if I had a light day where I knew it was gonna be super easy, I was like 4 hours of work, and I worked 12 to 16 hours. Like I worked 4 day weeks, and I'm like, I don't know how to fit 4 or 5 hours of work into a 12-hour day. Like that's worst. I'd rather be busy the whole time and have it fly by.
Yep. That was when I first started working in the shipyard. I worked as a painter, so I spray painted fuel tanks in the destroyers, and there were only like 6 guys who worked doing that, and 4 of them didn't want to go after it all day. They don't work the way and then I found one other guy who nobody wanted to work with, and I'm like, you and I, we're a team now. And so we'd drop down in, and we'd start at the work started at 7, and we'd go from 7 until 2:30 or 3, and right straight out. And nobody wanted to work with us because they knew that if we were in the tank, that it was going to be, there was going to be paint or there was going to be dust, depending on if we were prepping or painting. So
oh, fun times, man. Fun times. I'm starting to get a little tired too. Do you think you want to call it, or we got more stuff to talk about?
You're not hurting me. There's always stuff to talk about, but there's never a need to talk about it all.
Nobody asked Zach what he made for dinner tonight. We dropped the 8 ball.
To be fair, Steve did, but we were talking about something else.
Okay.
He asked you what?
Well, he always asked what I made for dinner.
They didn't ask me what I was drinking, I don't think either, unless I missed it.
I thought somebody asked.
I was
that
having
too.
a little gin and juice tonight.
I'm sure they did, and you just blew right over it.
Yep. Little gin and orange juice. Just
nice
little
laid back.
Yep. Laid back. Got my mind on my money on my mind. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm getting a little tired though.
So Zach, what was it? I mean, now I'm sitting here wondering what Zach had.
Roasted sweet potatoes, black beans, little cumin, green onions in a white corn flour tortilla, and then pan fried on the tortilla. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
pretty simple, easy.
When you guys were talking about the weird food from yesteryear, is that the correct term? Yeah, I was a cream cheese and Doritos in between my bagel.
Okay. I mean, I can see that being decent.
Oh, it was like the go-to for snack.
My youngest, he will take giant, like not the normal spoon, the big spoon, the big spoons that everybody hates. He will take that big spoon and just big old cream cheese, just Philadelphia cream cheese, just eat that stuff straight. I bet he would like it with Doritos and a bagel, because every morning what he wants for breakfast is either French toast sticks or bagels. He loves bagels. So I feel like I need to introduce him to your yesteryear go-to, because it's a lot of stuff he likes.
Yeah, it has to be the cheap. It has to be like the cheap school bagel. It can't be like a good bagel.
I'm not even sure what that is. Like, the place I get bagels has like 2 types of bagels. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what
That's
the
right.
cheap
Midwest. Midwest doesn't have like a bagel shop.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Like we have buildings that are made just for producing bagels here.
We have one called Mr. Bagel.
Yeah, they have Mr. Bagel. They have Bagel World. They have Bagel City. There is a lot of just like. Oh, I mean, okay. So I go into the bagel store, and there's an express line if you're not getting it toasted or anything, and you're just getting a dozen in a bag.
You get
So
the
if
fast pass.
if you're getting nothing on it, you can go up, get a dozen in a bag and a tub of cream cheese for the road, and that line is probably like 6 people deep at the most. The other one's like 32 people deep, so it's a lot easier to take it home and toast it.
Interesting. Yeah, we do not have that level of bagel intensity.
But you got
here.
peanut butter on burgers, so it's a give and take.
I mean, if you're gonna get peanut butter on your bagel, then you gotta get it near the line.
It's too much customization.
Hey, that's all over the place. It's either schmear or nothing.
All right, guys, I gotta call it. I'm tired. I got a lot of work tomorrow, so it's past. It's getting late.
Sounds
We're
good.
talking about the bagel stores.
I'm gonna head out. I don't know if you want to close it out or if you guys are gonna hang out and talk
Yeah,
more.
we can. I've got nothing really.
But
Thank you to the chat, everybody who showed up tonight and was hanging out with us and chatting random nonsensical stuff. It's very, very fun, very enjoyable. And go check out the Game Changers show I just did with Carla. Go watch the YouTube of that. It was a good time. It was a really good show.
And now I'm supposed to play a video.
You got to click
Yep.
a button.
I think Zach was saying something.
No, that was it. Like if you're like